all right, let's pause a moment and see what I need to do right now in order to move the needle.
The one thing that really amazed me about you is that we all know that people talk about multitasking all the time, right? You say, I want to do this at the same time, I want to do that, I want to do all these things every day, every single day. Everyone is saying about this, but it really amazed me that how you can eventually handle that a lot of things, different kind of business and investment and personal development at all. So I would really say that you have got your own way in prioritizing the stuff. Productivity definitely over the busyness. So would you mind to share with us, like, what is the one tip that you can share with me and all the audience out there? Like, what is the number one key that you have when it comes to prioritizing your tasks? Like, how do you make it more productive?
How do I make it more productive?
Yeah.
Well, this is a very tough question because there's no one tips that can cover all this. However, I would say the first thing, it's really about the clarity. Like knowing yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, knowing yourself. That's the deep down first clarity.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying that is without knowing yourself, or like me, without knowing myself, I don't know what I will enjoy, or I don't know what I will like, I don't know what I don't like. And that's where that have no focus, like, you know, kind of like, oh, I'm trying to do this, do a lot of things, but it doesn't move any needle.
Right.
But
I remember there's a
moment that-
quote. I remember
Yeah, go
there's a quote that people is always saying, like, when you are splashing hard in the water, it doesn't mean that you are moving forward. Yeah.
Yes,
100%.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, in my situation as well, sometimes I know where I want to go, and I know there are a lot of stuff that I need to do. But when it comes to that, everything seems to be very important to me, right? Like, for example, I'm building my personal brand and I'm launching a book, but there's just a lot of stuff. Even though I know my clarity, I have the clarity, I know where I want to go. But how do you actually prioritizing? How do you make it really more productive to bring up the results?
Very good question. I love this question.
Right.
Yeah, this is where the, you know, like which junction I should go, right?
Yes,
Like,
100%.
seems like a lot of junction, right?
Yeah.
I would say about this. First of all, that's why I'm going back to like knowing myself, and knowing myself also that's give me the realistic goal, realistic expectation when I will hit this. Like, for example, your goal, like your personal brand, how much time you give yourself in order to achieve in what outcome, for what outcome, right? And then I'll reverse engineer it, and I will look into it. What of my 20% of the things that I'll do give me 20%, give me 80% of outcome.
That's the Pareto principle, yeah? 80-20?
Yeah, 80-20 principle, right? Because, for example, like when we meet into junction like this, right? Where's the moment that when I start my own business, right? Shit, I need to, you know, like manage my manage my own business, right? I need to get all the paperwork that I need to build the team, I need to train the team on top of what I already done for other businesses, right? And I need to look for, you know, brands and, you know, talk with the other business owners, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'll go down, look into the plan. All right, let's pause a moment and see what I need to do right now in order to move the needle. Do I need more money because of capital, or do I need to hire people to do certain things, right? So that it can be leveraged from certain things, or like what I need. All right. For example, I'll give you an example of it. All right. As a business, we always think that we need sales or we need revenue
for
business.
True.
But instead, I don't look it that way. I'm more looking to I want to have market control.
Market control?
Yes. It's always talking about demand and supply.
Right.
All right. The old generation type, you're thinking, okay, I want to have control of the supply. And don't get me wrong, right? Some of the business is still work this way, right? Limited supply, then you have good business. But right now, a lot due to the technologies, due to the growth, everything's right. The moment you have control with the market, the demand, you're going to be the bridge between supply and demand.
Does it mean you acting kind of like a middle person?
Yes, exactly. I am.
Okay. Wow. But again, it all boils down to bringing the value to the market, whether you are controlling the supply or whether you're controlling the demand. As long as you bring the value to the market, earning the income that you want, it's no longer an issue, yeah?
Yes. And then let me tie back to why I bring this story up is, my own media business, right? I didn't go and look for because it's more like a B2B for my type, right? I didn't look for my client or the brands that I want to work with. Having control of their client, eventually they will come to me because they need their client.
Right.
If that makes sense?
Yes,
so
yes. 100%.
I didn't think about how I build my team, how I get more sales, or how I get, contact with them, stuff like that. I just think of this thing because eventually once I get their market control, their client, they themselves will come to me. I don't need to go to them.
There's another kind of like a positioning. Would you say that?
I agree with that, right? And the moment that people knowing about the company, right? Talent people will come to me that want to work.
Yes.
Right. So beside that, how do I build my business, or how do I build my brand or stuff like that? I look into things that can help me to. I just need to work on one thing that give me different. That give me multiple outcomes at the same time.
Yeah. Now it all makes sense. From having your own business, getting more supplier, or getting even more like getting yourself a talent to work with, it all boils down to just like every step that you are taking, you slow down a bit and then you think about what is that you want, what is the clarity that you're searching for, and then you move forward again. So up until a certain time, not necessary to be a bottleneck, right? You can stop, just think about your clarity again. So make sure that the goal is always right to move to the same direction that you want.
Exactly. You just know on the right.
That is very clear.
Yeah, because it's very easy to get busy.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm not saying about others, but I myself even sometimes the same. I mean, right now, I'm still working on a job, by the way, but it's just that I think what makes me slightly different from the others is that I don't settle for that. I'm not planning to have a full-time job for the rest of my life. So what I'm doing right now is that I start closing deals for business owner, but at the same time, me and my wife, we are running some kind of like a video editing company, right? So we have different business partner and we have different talent to work with. But at the same time, I mean, at the end of the day, it still boils down to knowing exactly what I want. And I'm striving very hard to go over that.